from the Detroit Free Press. It's Wednesday, October 9th. Here's what's happening today.
For the Detroit Free Press Auto Team, I'm Jamie LaRue. UAW and GM negotiators were back bargaining Tuesday. The union has been on strike for 4 weeks, and the strike is taking a toll on GM. Analysts estimate the automaker has lost more than $1 billion. The latest victim is the much-anticipated 2020 Corvette Stingray. The car, which GM builds in Bowling Green, Kentucky, will be delayed going to market. GM was scheduled to retool the plant this week and next. That can't happen. When the strike ends, GM will have to catch up on production of the current Corvette before it can start building the new mid-engine Vette. So GM's plan to launch the car this quarter will likely be pushed back. Meanwhile, bargainers resumed talks Tuesday after GM made a proposed contract offer to the UAW. GM was awaiting a union response. A person familiar with the negotiations said progress has improved, but there is still a ways to go.
This is J.C. Rondo for the Detroit Free Press. A private hospital room was once almost a luxury. Today, private rooms are standard at many Southeast Michigan hospitals, and shared rooms are getting phased out. For example, all 264 rooms in U of M's future $920 million hospital will be private, replacing 55 shared two-person rooms at the university. And all 190 rooms at Henry Ford West Bloomfield have been private since that upscale hospital opened a decade ago. Hospitals say these private rooms reduce the risk of hospital-acquired infections and are preferred by patients because they are quieter and have more room for guests.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I write a column about money for the Detroit Free Press. So you think retirees are the only ones being targeted these days by scammers? Not at all. New research shows that consumers in their 20s and 30s are falling for online shopping scams, job scams, and fake check scams, too. One Taylor woman thought she had a lead on a good job, paying more than $25 an hour. The job interview was via Google Hangouts. Then the company sent her a check for more than $1,000 via FedEx. All she had to do was deposit it and go out and buy a laptop, a copier, and a fax machine to work at home. Fortunately, she stopped and thought about it a minute and called the bank that issued the check to see if it was real. It wasn't. If she hadn't done her homework, she would have lost big money if she had followed their instructions.
This is Brian Manzullo, craft beer writer with the Detroit Free Press. Imagine this: coffee, maple syrup, and bacon in a beer. Not only is that a real thing you can get in Michigan, it's an award-winning stout that just won a gold medal at the 2019 Great American Beer Festival, the Oscars for beer. The Rye Hipster Brunch Stout, brewed by Oddside Ales, won in the specialty beer category, where it won a silver medal in 2017. It's a stout brewed with coffee, maple syrup, and bacon, then aged in rye whiskey barrels. It's 11% alcohol, so you should enjoy responsibly. 3 other Michigan breweries won medals at the Great American Beer Festival, including Midland Brewing Company, Royal Oak Brewery, and River's Edge Brewing Company in Milford. Read about their award-winning beers and more craft beer news on Freep.com.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department. The NCAA transfer portal has opened up again, and another Michigan State football player has jumped right in. Sophomore running back Ladarius Jefferson has filed the proper paperwork and is now looking for a new college. He is the third Spartan to seek a transfer since the season began. Linebacker Brandon Boyer Randall and fellow sophomore running back Connor Hayward being the others. Jefferson and Hayward were expected to be the team's top 2 running backs this season, but freshman Elijah Collins has basically taken their spot, and hence, they are on the move. Now, the top 3 running backs on the MSU depth chart are all freshmen. As Mark D'Antonio has acknowledged this season, the transfer portal is just a sign of the times in college athletics.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to Freep.com/special offer. See you tomorrow.